Hi everyone and welcome to the June edition of DroneBlocks Up in the Air. I'm your host Clinton Evans. Now we've passed the halfway mark for 2024. Whoa. Well, with that being said, let's not waste any time. Let's check out this month's episode. So we're going to start with some practical uses of drones in the commercial space. Then we're going to jump onto the DroneBlocks blog entry for the DEXI drone, followed by the new curriculum drop of the Go2 Gesture Control, plus a sneak peek at a new Crazyflie Simulator right before ending off with our May challenge, and we'll give you your June challenge as well. That's a lot to go over, so let's jump on in. Now, if you've ever done a PD with me, you'll know that I like to always show why we want to teach students about drones. And I usually point to the ring concept of having a mobile flying security camera and then drones and sewers. But today, we're going to be looking at an amazing commercial use for drones. Drone washers. That's right. There are drone washing companies popping up all over the world. You can hire these companies to do your cleanings for like buildings, silos, monuments, hard to reach places. And it's so cool. Not only do they claim to be more cost effective and quicker, so you save a lot of time, it's also safer because you have the humans doing all the piloting while the drone does the dirty work versus the humans climbing up scaffolding and abseiling down buildings. Now, I also see this as a really cool guide for tomorrow's students. The students of tomorrow are going to be building drones, coming up with new concepts, and seeing commercial uses like this is so cool because at DroneBlocks, we don't just promote the coding side of the industry, but we also encourage the engineering side, and that is building or assembling drones. And this is why the Crazyflie and DEXI have been a huge jump up from other drones in education. And speaking of DEXI, the DEXI Build video course is now officially being launched. You can watch and follow along with Dennis as he takes you from building and assembling the drone, right from the kit set, to configuring the drone, to doing your first flight. This is such a cool series because when we say kit set, we really mean it. This is what the drone looks like when you get it. You have all the different pieces. And as you can see, there's so much to teach students on how the drones work, how the boards work, how the motors connect, how you put it all into the frame, how the propellers work. It's going to be an educational experience for your students like no other. So once they've actually built this drone by hand, they will then configure it, and then they will actually take to the skies and fly their DEXI. So check out our blog post, and you can find the DEXI 5 Getting Started Guide on YouTube by clicking this link over here. And this new course will really get you and your students off the ground. And speaking of new course, DroneBlocks has released a new Go2 Gesture Recognition course. In this course, we meet Ben Holland, who has been passionate about programming and game dev since he was 11 years old. Now, Ben will guide you through getting started, getting the project files, installing the dependencies, and understanding how the gesture controls work, and then how to link those gestures with the different commands for the Go2. This is such a cool course because it's something that your students can follow along with, and you can use this as a foundation for many future projects in the classroom. And speaking of the future, we have the DroneBlocks Crazyflie Mars environment that has just been released, and there's course curriculum being drip fed all throughout July. It's so cool. You get to fly your Crazyflie around Mars. With the curriculum, you have different challenges and objectives that your students have to achieve. And it's such a cool way to add some excitement and adventure into the classroom. And speaking of excitement and adventure, how did you go on with your May challenge? Did you fly your drones around the floor in the simulator, navigating through desks and chairs? Well, this is my solution. So what I did is I took the simulator and I started off by picking a location. I then went into measure mode where I then mapped out a path around some desks, doing like a very weird Tetris piece, and then coming back to the center. Then I used the fly forward and I used the centimeters so I could map out each line of the measurement tool without doing some conversions. And then I used the yaw left and right block so I could create this really cool experience of clicking on the drone's camera and flying through the classroom floor with my tiny drone. And speaking of cool, your June challenge is this. I want you to use the fly forward by X seconds and the set speed block to create an experiment. I want the students to work out how long it'll take you to fly from one desk to another based on each speed, 25, 50, 75, and 100. So your students are going to have to do some timing of the flights. They're going to do a lot of trial and error. It's a great way to get the students to start experimenting and having some fun with the drones in the classroom. And that takes us to the end of this episode. If you learned anything new or enjoyed anything that you saw, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the DroneBlocks YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. So until next month, keep your drones in the air, your students engaged, and have fun.